One of the most common questions I get is, Matt, should I be putting money in a Roth IRA or in a 401k? And does that answer change based on how much money I'm making? Well, the short answer is yes, your income level absolutely matters. Now, most people get stuck because they're trying to choose one account without understanding how their salary or their employer match works, or the contribution limit, or even how the tax strategy all fits together. I'm Matt Sorensen, attorney and CEO at Directed IRA, and in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly where to invest based on your salary range, whether you're making 50 grand a year, 100 grand a year, or 200 grand a year or more. Now, this is practical. It's a step-by-step framework you can actually use. So let's get started. Now, the first question to consider is, do you have a 401k at work? If you do, I want you to start here and do something we call match and out. Now, this is even before we talk about Roth IRA versus 401k, you got to answer this question. If you have a 401k at work and they offer a match, this is free money. Let's say you make $50,000 a year. Now, if you have a job with a 401k with an employer match, your first priority, your absolute first priority, is contributing to get the full match. Let's say that your 401k offers a 4% match. What does that mean? If you put in 4% of what you make, you're making 50K, so this would be $2,000. The company will do a dollar for dollar match and they will put in $2,000. So you only put in $2 grand, but your 401k is gonna have $4,000 in it total. This is a 100% return on investment. Now, of course, you will invest the 401k once the money goes in, but immediately you already have a 100% return on investment. We have got to go get that free money. But if you don't have a 401k at work or there's no match, at this point, a Roth IRA is your best option. You can put $7,500 into a Roth IRA. Now, that's all your money. It's being contributed. You get no tax deduction on the contribution, but the Roth IRA, as you invest it, there's no tax on the growth, and the money comes out entirely tax-free later on at retirement. We are paying no tax on the harvest coming out later on. We just had to pay tax on the seed because we got no tax deduction when we put the money in. Now, at this income level, 50K a year, Roth contributions make way more sense because you're in a lower tax bracket today than you're likely gonna be later. The value of the deduction for traditional is just not that much. So at this stage, the goal is simple: get on base and start saving consistently. Now let's go to those of you making $100,000 a year. Now this is where the strategy starts to matter more. If you have a 401k with the match, we're still gonna start there. We wanna still do the match and out. Let's again say the 401k offers a 4% match. So you put in $4 grand, the company's gonna match $4 grand. You've got $8,000 into a 401k. But you might wanna save on top of this. You may have additional dollars you may wanna contribute. Now, after you've done the match and out, you have a couple other options. You could put more money in the 401k. You can put up to $23,500 of employee contributions every year into your 401k. You can also do the Roth IRA. Now, my choice is to do the Roth IRA, but a lot of people ask, well, why don't I just put more money into my 401k at work? There's two reasons why I don't think it makes sense to put more money in your 401k at work. The first reason, 401ks often have higher fees. The average 401k in America for the typical business is a 1.5% fee. If you've got 100 grand in your 401k, you're paying $1,500 a year for that 401k. On the other hand, IRAs typically have a much lower fee. But the more important reason for me is IRAs have more investment options and flexibility. Most 401k plans have a menu of what you can invest in, a fund lineup, some ETFs, a target date fund. They're not as exciting and they don't have as much opportunity for you to truly take control of where you want to invest your dollars. An IRA, on the other hand, and we would do a Roth IRA typically, is going to give you more access to other investments, whether it's real estate, private companies, crypto, individual stocks. With a self-directed IRA, Roth or traditional, you can decide how to invest and grow the money. You just have more options and opportunities than you can with the 401k, where you have the menu of options that you must choose. So this is where I like combining accounts. Let's go use the 401k because we get the free money match. I know we don't have a lot of investment options. Maybe it's some ETFs, some mutual funds, target date funds we're not super excited about, but I got a 100% match when I put the money in. But after that, I'm not getting more money coming in from the employer. Each additional dollar I put in the 401k is just coming from me. So I'd rather put it into a Roth IRA where I have greater investment options and likely lower fees. And this is where combining accounts start to make sense because now I'm getting the best of both worlds. I've got the 401k at work that's giving me the match. I've got free money going in there, but I also have the Roth IRA on top of it because I want to contribute more past the match, and I want to have greater flexibility on where I can invest those dollars. Now, this is where, as your income is greater, you're going to have more opportunities and tools available to you. And so we can use these different accounts to get the best of both worlds. Now, let's say you're making 200K or more a year. Now, at these higher income levels, contribution limits become the main issue. So what we're likely going to do here is, first, take advantage of the employer match. Second, do a Roth IRA. And third, max out your employee contribution to the 401k. And I want to do it in that order. So let's go over how that would work at 200K. Now, first, we're going to do the 401k match. If I'm making 200K a year and the company has a 4% match, that means I need to put in $8,000 of my money coming in as an employee contribution, okay? The company in turn will match and put in $8,000. Now we've got 16K in total. 8,000 came from you as an employee, 8,000 came from the employer as the match or employer contribution. Now this is important here because we're gonna come back to putting more money in as an employee. But before we do that, I want you to go to the Roth IRA next. Next, we're gonna put in $7,500 to a Roth IRA. I've got 16,000 in the 401k. Now we put $7,500 into the Roth IRA. Now, because we're at this income level of 200K a year, that Roth IRA may need to be a backdoor Roth IRA. In fact, it probably does. Remember, if you make more than $153,000 a year single, around $240K a year married, you can't make a regular Roth IRA contribution. You're deemed high income, the front door on the Roth IRA is shut, you cannot contribute. But you can still do the backdoor Roth IRA if you're a high income earner over these limits. So if you're single here, making 200K a year, you're gonna need to do the backdoor Roth IRA. The end result here though is you've got $7,500 in your Roth IRA. Now, there's more money we can still put in. We've maxed out the Roth IRA, but I can put more money into the 401k at work. Now in this example, I've already put in 8K. Now the total employee contribution you can put into a 401k for 2025 is $23,500. For 2026 is $24,500. So if I already put in $8,000 as an employee contribution, that means I have the difference up to $24,500. So what that means is I have another $16,500 I can put into the 401k as an employee contribution. This is coming out of your paycheck or from contributions from your money, and there's no match from the company, but it's additional tax advantage funds I can get in. All right, now let's recap those three different buckets because we've got a total of $40,000 we can put in tax advantage accounts here in this example. First, we put in $8K to the 401k, the company matched and put in $8K. We've got $16,000 in that first step there of matching it out with the 401k. Second, we put in $7,500 into a Roth IRA. It may have needed to be backdoor Roth IRA depending on your income, but either way, we got in $7,500. And third, we came back to the 401k at work and we put in an additional $16,500 because we had additional money left we can put in as an employee contribution. In the end, we've got $40,000 of tax advantage funds that could have been Roth or traditional. You would have had the choice there. I'd say go Roth, but let's talk about that here more in a second. But bottom line, I got $40K more in tax advantage funds by maximizing different strategies here and doing them in the most efficient way possible. Now, at this point, I want to throw out two additional bonus tips though. One, for any of you that are 50 plus, you actually get to put more money in here. In the Roth IRA, you get to put in an additional $1,100. And on the 401k side, you actually get to do an additional $8,000. So instead of putting in $40,000, you can put in $49,100. You get more dollars you can put in. The second, for those of you that are far past 200K and you're really trying to maximize retirement account contributions, the strategy you should be using to go past this 40 grand and up to 72,000 plus the Roth IRA contribution where you're actually putting 80,000 or more is the mega backdoor Roth. Click the video here. I go into detail on executing this strategy, a little more advanced. But if you've got the income and earning power and you want more tax advantage funds, that is the best strategy to get the absolute most money in. Now, at this level of 200K or more of income, it's less about choosing which retirement account to use and more about choosing how to use the different accounts and layering those strategies on top of each other in the most efficient way possible. Now, you might be thinking at this point, Matt, should I be doing Roth contributions or traditional contributions when I'm choosing between the 401k or the type of IRA account to pick? I want to make sure you understand the difference here so you can be a little more strategic about how you're contributing. Remember, in a traditional account, whether an IRA or 401k, when you put money in, you get a tax deduction now. We love that. We love paying less tax now. But the downside to the traditional account is you will pay tax later. As the money invests and grows, you don't pay tax as it's building, but as you start drawing that money in retirement, you do pay tax on the way out. This is the exact opposite of the Roth account. In a Roth account, the deal is I put a contribution in. No tax deduction. The IRS is like, thank you for contributing to your retirement account. We give you zero benefits today because you did it. But as that money grows and as you invest it, you pay no tax. And as it comes out later in retirement, hopefully a much larger sum, you pay no tax on the way out. Now you want to think of a couple things here. First, what is my tax rate today? If you have a low tax rate, it's a no-brainer to do Roth contributions because you'll likely be in a higher tax bracket later. Now, if you're already in the highest tax bracket today, you may think traditional contributions are more attractive because that's saving you tax now, but you should also think about how is that money going to grow and how am I paying tax later on the way out, and what are tax rates going to be later on? Will they be higher? Will they be less? Most people think they'll be higher. I tend to be in the Roth camp, even for high income earners, because it is a tax-free ATM. We have a place we can grow, we can invest, and as that money grows, and it's much larger than the amount we put in and contributed, we will pay no tax on the way out. Now, there is no single right answer. I've even done traditional contributions some years because I was dying for tax deductions. And I've since converted those accounts, so I am all in on Roth. I'm definitely a Roth guy because I believe in the tax-free vehicle of Roth accounts. And when I'm in retirement, I do not want to be thinking about drawing this money out and how much is going to the state and the IRS and how much I'm getting. I simply want to know that's my money. I can take it whenever I want. Zero tax, zero penalty. And that peace of mind is hard to beat. For those of you that are self-employed though, you should be doing a solo 401k. Now, everything we've been talking about works just the same. The difference is in a solo 401k, you're the business owner and you're the employee. So there's no real free money match. The contribution limits work the same, 24/5 employee, total contributions amount of $72,000 in the 401k. The only difference being here is you're putting the money in, but we still love maximizing contributions using the solo 401k, which by the way, you can self-direct, have more investment options. The only difference again here is there's no free money match, so we're skipping that piece in the process. For those of you who are married, remember, you can also make contributions for your spouse. And the good news is they have their own contribution limits, which means the numbers we just talked about can be doubled. So you're putting twice as much money in because your spouse is also using these accounts and taking maximum advantage. So for example, if you can do an IRA, your spouse can do an IRA. If you have your own 401k, your spouse can have a 401k if they have a job, or if they're self-employed, they can be in the solo K with you or their own solo 401k. Now I'll say this, even if your spouse isn't working, you can still do a spousal IRA for them whereby they take your earned income and give them credit, which authorizes them to make their own IRA contribution, which could be a backdoor Roth IRA, a regular Roth IRA, traditional IRA. You can use either one of those, but that gets you an extra $7,500 right there. Then of course, we're still gonna look, do they have a 401k at work? Do they have a match? Maybe they can participate in the solo 401k. Maybe they make additional employee contributions. Again, we can be doubling up here, this 40 grand to 80 grand, 80 grand to 160 grand. A lot more money can go in for those of you that are married. So for married couples, remember, you should be planning as a household, not as individuals, because your options and the total contributions expand significantly. In summary here, choosing between a Roth IRA and a 401k isn't about guessing or following some one-size-fits-all advice. It's about understanding how these accounts work together, how they match with your income, your job situation, the 401k, the match, and your long-term goals. And if you want help figuring out which strategy makes sense for you, or if you want to explore using self-directed IRAs or 401ks to invest beyond Wall Street, there's a link in the description below where you can book a free call with my team at Directed IRA. And if this video was helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. I'm Matt Sorensen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.